Let's talk about music. All sorts of music. From all countries and all eras, anything you can think of. Turns out that 99% of the music you could likely be thinking of right now could be reduced to a simple melody and some chords. And it turns out that chords are super important in music for this reason. No, not those types of chords. But what is a chord? A chord is simply just multiple notes being played together at once in a simultaneity. And it turns out, even though there are only 12 unique notes in most musical systems, just higher or lower versions of that same note could mean that changing the way that you play a chord drastically can make it sound different. So there are lots of different opinions and controversies over what notes or how many notes should be played in a chord and when. As a matter of fact, if you played certain notes together in the Renaissance era in Europe, it could have meant life or death for you. With all of this chordal discussion and controversy came a new idea with the evolution of music. It's not so much the chord that matters, but rather how the chords connect with each other and how the same chord can be played differently based off of the ones that preceded and followed it. Let's look at an example. Here are some chords that are played in a regular order. Let's take a listen. Okay, now that was the chords being played in regular order. Let's hear what those same chords would sound like if they were voiced differently. Okay, so immediately we can tell that these sound smoother because of the different voice leading of the same notes. Meaning, by voice leading, we mean that the same notes are being reordered, just being played lower or higher versions of the same notes to make the movement from one to the next smoother. This is all well and good, but chords can seem pretty complicated and confusing to the average person, and thus inaccessible even to people excited and enthusiastic about music. That's why I created LaTeef. LaTeef is an automated and algorithmic chordal voice leader, meaning you type in what chords you're interested in, and LaTeef will automatically voice lead those chords as smoothly as possible, adding in and removing notes as appropriate to achieve the most smooth result possible. As a matter of fact, we could think of this as an application of a classical computer science problem. Imagine each piano note had a unique integer value, and some of those integer values are within our current chord. And we want to move to a new set of values corresponding to the next chord, while making the smallest magnitude of change between the old set of integers and the new set of integers. Of course, in implementation, it becomes a bit more complicated, but this is the idea at the heart of LaTeef. LaTeef also allows you to customize the type of sonority of the chord, which is also known as the type of the chord, as either major, minor, or dominant. These three chord types alone comprise the vast majority of all popular music. All of this is done in LaTeef's simplified graphical user interface that allows for a simple and convenient click to add for each chord. And whenever you're ready, you can hear it load the exported MIDI file into any of your favorite software instruments. This graphical user interface was made simple and convenient with exploration in mind, so that the user can try to see what combinations sound good to them. Let's take a listen to a quick demo of LaTeef in action loaded into a software piano. Sounds great. LaTeef was made with the user in mind, to lower the barrier of entry so that anyone can make and compose smooth chordal music that will lead them to actualize their musical voice. Thank you.